And let's take you live now to The Hague, where we find our international news editor, Sophie Mokoena, as the last-minute preparations for the case continue. Sophie, what is the latest?
Well, indeed, we are coming live from The Hague in the Netherlands ahead of the all-important matter before the International Court of Justice. As you are aware that South Africa has taken a decision to ask the International Court of Justice to intervene, particularly in ensuring that the ceasefire or perhaps Israel doesn't continue with bombardment in Gaza. But with me, I have the minister. Earlier on, we saw President Cyril Ramaphosa speaking to the legal team. Perhaps let's get information from the minister, the state of readiness of the South African legal team. Minister Lamola, earlier on, the president spoke to the legal team while you were preparing. What was his message?
His message was to encourage and congratulate the team for taking over this case on behalf of the South African government, and he wished the team well, and the team was very upbeat and encouraged by the president's words, because he said this is important to assert international law and the rights of the civilian population in Palestine, particularly the Gaza Strip.
The president spoke about this case being an important case, not only for what the people of the Middle East, particularly the Palestinians, but for humanity or mankind. What does that mean?
Yeah, as you are aware, as South Africans, we live in the spirit of Ubuntu. So in that context, the president believes that this case is important to stop the genocide that is currently happening in Gaza Strip, and this is an important platform for the international community to reassert an international rule-based rule of law and an international community. So it is in that context that this case has been brought here for the ICJ to be able to issue the injunction to the state of Israel to stop the unfolding genocide.
What will be the approach in terms of the presentation of South Africa, those important provisional measures that you are asking the court to rule on?
Yeah, we will present the document that you are already aware of, which is an 84-page document that details the case on behalf of South Africa, that shows how the Genocide Convention is currently being violated by the state of Israel, and why we are invoking the Genocide Convention for the court to intervene, including the fact that the intent of the state of Israel is being displayed or demonstrated by the words of the ministers, the generals of the Israel Defense Force, which is very clear is to displace the Palestinian people, is also to kill young kids and women, and to displace them altogether from Gaza. This meets the definition in the Genocide Convention, which, as you'll remember, Sophie, it is a convention which is one of the first that our country signed by our former statesman Nelson Mandela, in the context that we should not be able to see genocide happening anywhere in the world, and in the fact that he had a regret with regards to our failure to intervene in Rwanda. And it's the same regret that he shared with Kofi Annan, that we could not intervene on time in Rwanda. So this intervention presents the court with an opportunity to issue the injunction and to intervene to prevent a genocide to continue to happen. It gives us an opportunity in real time. So that's why the government has taken this decision, that we need to intervene in real time so that the international community should not regret.
Minister, people are saying on the continent we have similar challenges. When you look at Sudan, if you talk consistency, why is South Africa not doing the same in terms of what's happening in Sudan? I mean, the genocide in Darfur.
Yeah, as you are aware, South Africa has intervened in many parts of the African continent, including in Sudan, South Sudan, the DRC. We have got a force in Mozambique. We play our role, even in the continent, with a similar pace and force. And we first believe in the intervention, political engagements and dialogue. If you look into the situation in Palestine, we have also been campaigning for many, many years. And that's why I'm able to tell you about Nelson Mandela. It has been many years. The court's approach is an element of last resort. When all organs of the UN and all the organs of AU or EU or of any multilateral bodies have failed. And that's why we've approached the ICJ, because we believe this is the highest organ. As you are aware, even the letter of the UN Secretary General invoking Article 99 of the UN Convention, which has not been done, it was historic and unprecedented. It was also vetoed by the UN Security Council. So this court, as the highest organ, present the international community and the court itself to now intervene, because its finding will be a binding, authoritative, factual, and based on international law, that indeed there is something that is closer or is genocide in that state. That must be intervened by the court, and an injunction must be issued.
As we wrap up, Minister, you have also requested the International Criminal Court, the ICC, to look at this matter. It looks like the prosecutor is not moving. What is the problem? Is it because he's from a Western country? What is the issue there?
Yeah, as you are aware, we as South Africa raised our concerns at the member state of the ICC in New York when I was there last December. I also had an opportunity to engage with the prosecutor, who assured me and South Africa that they are doing investigation, they are attending to the matter. So we will give them that chance for a life of their own to deal with the individuals that are responsible for the genocide and war crimes that are currently happening in terms of the context of the ICC.
Thank you so much, Minister. Thank you for your time. I know you are rushing to another meeting. As you are aware, tomorrow this case will be before the International Court of Justice. Just to explain, the South African team will just present their case. They have 3 hours to do that, because Israel has requested that they would like to have 3 hours, not 2 hours, even though Israel will make its presentation on Friday. There was nothing compelling Israel to come and present, because this is a provisional measure that South Africa is requesting. The matter will be heard in full later this year. But Israel took a decision that they want to come and present their case, and they will do that on Friday. I can tell you, a huge number of journalists from around the world have descended here in The Hague, and also many other people. We are told that there will be some demonstrations outside court. We are told by the officials of the court that this is something huge. They've never had such a huge number of journalists applying for accreditation, and also the activities that are expected outside court tomorrow. Back to you in studio.
Thank you very much, Sophie Mokoena, SABC News International Editor. And we'll continue then to bring you more on this particular story as she's coming to us live there. The developments, Iman, happening at The Hague.